we see another case of two triangles that are meeting up at a point, in this case, point C, which might be helpful to us. Our given information has no congruent statements, but it does have two important pieces of information. One, we are told in our given that the top segment AB is parallel to the bottom segment DE, and that is not something we could just know by looking at the diagram. We're also told that AD is bisecting segment BE. So it doesn't say that they bisect each other. It's saying that AD is bisecting BE. So BE has been cut in half. Okay. So because of that, let's look at we listed out our given information. Let's look what happened. It said segment BC is congruent to segment EC. That would be this segment and this segment. And if you look, those two pieces are the halves of the bigger segment BE, which we know is true because we were told that we are bisecting this segment. So we are bisecting segment BE. And so that's our definition of a segment bisector. Okay. All right, and so you see that we're given the reason for the next statement that hasn't been written yet, and it's a little bit lazy. It says that alternate interior angles. We really need more than that. Alternate interior angles are only congruent if you have parallel lines, and in this case, we do. So our reason is if two lines parallel, then alternate interior angles are congruent. And we should see that here we have parallel lines. We have alternate interior angles A and D. And so we can list that here. Angle A is congruent to angle D. And what's different in two column proofs is that quite often, if you're going to use the same reason again, and you can use it for two different locations in your diagram, you can put it into the same step. And so you can see that angles B and E are also alternate interior angles. And because of that, they are also congruent here because of those parallel lines. And so we put that information into here. And now that we've done that, we have three pieces of congruent information between our triangles, meaning that these triangles are congruent by the theorem angle, angle, side. And now that we've shown that, and we know that the two triangles are congruent to each other, that means all segments and all angles are congruent to each other, including AB, which is the first two letters listed, and DE, also the first two letters listed. And so we can say CPC, TC, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent.